Maquette. It sounds better than diorama or model, but more importantly, is it worth your time? In the first 48 minutes of a game, you should be able to know enough about the visuals of the game, the story, the mechanics, the gameplay loop, and many other things. And even better, within the first 48 hours, you will know if the game has done enough to get its hooks into you and whether or not you're going to be coming back, because we both know that if we don't return to the game in the first 2 days, we likely aren't coming back after that. Everyone leads a busy life in one way or another these days, and if you can figure out if a game is going to click with you or be abandoned after 48 minutes, then you can spend more time doing what you love. We are now seeing a trend with PlayStation, and more specifically PlayStation Plus, where the service is now getting brand new games on the day of release. We saw it first on the PlayStation 5 with Bugsnax, and we have seen it again with Destruction All-Stars, and now the Perspective Puzzler Maquette. Enjoying my time with other first-person puzzle games like The Room and The Witness, Maquette seemed like it would be fitting right in, and being published by Annapurna Interactive was a very encouraging sign. Instantly, Maquette stands out from the rest by taking a different narrative path, and instead of trying to unravel some deep and dark mystery, you're trying to piece together memories of a young relationship. Unlike other difficult puzzle games, Maquette does take advantage of the in-game help system that PlayStation touted prior to the release of the PlayStation 5, which means that if you're stuck for a long period of time and feel like there's no way out, then the answer is just a click of the DualSense away. Maquette is a French word for model, which is the core concept of the game. The puzzle requires creative thinking by using the model system nested in another model, and so on. Your first puzzle requires you to use the model town in front of you that is about half the size of your character. The pathway that you need to go on is blocked by a giant red cube that is about 4 times as big as your character. However, moving it in the model also moves the larger cube from the door that you are now able to access. One of my favorite design choices made by Graceful Decay was to put up glowing walls to the areas that aren't a concern to you at the immediate moment. In many puzzle games, or all games for that matter, sometimes you spend way too much time wasted trying to solve something that is basically impossible to you at that time. Early on in the game, I had a bridge model that I knew what to do with and where to put the model after I found it in the real world, but the game controls were fighting me the whole time, which became frustrating and eventually caused me to reconsider if what I was doing was right in the first place. I pulled up the help system on the PlayStation 5, and sure enough, what I was trying to do was the right thing, except the controls were making it seem like I wasn't. The controls do continue to be an issue for me, as I feel like I'm constantly fighting the button layout. Maquette features the vocal talents of Bryce and Seth Gabel. The relationship is very believable in the game because these characters are actually married in real life, and this creates authenticity that just can't be replicated by actors. This connection is extremely important as the game is built around the puzzle and the relationship, and not executing on one of these aspects would have been very detrimental to Maquette. Based on the speed on which the story advanced in the first 48 minutes, Maquette is a game that could be finished during a weekend sitting or weekend binge. Similar to games like The Witness, The Room, and Superliminal, there is no multiplayer in Maquette, but sitting on the couch and binging wouldn't be too much different from something on Netflix. Obviously, being a PlayStation Plus title means that you should definitely try this game out, and I will be coming back within the first 48 hours to try and finish it.